this is Tim Trelaw, and I play the third Doctor Who for Big Finish Productions. You are listening to the Doctor Who Collectors Podcast. Keep collecting.
Larry, it's Fraser, and you use they all say who is Doctor Who? Where is he from?
What does he do? They wonder who is Doctor Who? So I ask you, who's Doctor Who?
Welcome back to the Doctor Who Collectors Podcast, the podcast that explores that crazy world of Doctor Who collecting and all kinds of Doctor Who, brought to you in part by Forbidden Planet and Bags Unlimited Incorporated. Thank you for your support. I am Larry Van Mersbergen, your host. I've been a Doctor Who collector now since 1981, which makes that 44 years. Lots of experience to share with you. Welcome to our 91st episode, celebrating the Doctor Who world. In case you're joining us for the first time, if you've heard this story before, go ahead and fast forward. But I opened one of the first Doctor Who stores in Chicago that exclusively served the Doctor Who fans back in 1984. I called the store Bundles from Britain. Fast forward many years later, I pick up a book called Red, White, and Who, the story of Doctor Who in America, and I found my company in the index. Page 384. Gets a brief mention, but somebody paid attention. And I didn't think anybody did. So there we go. You can find a link to buy this wonderful book on the front page of our website at DoctorWhoCollectors.com. Every collector should have one. One is always within arm's reach of this podcast station. We are part of the Direction Point Doctor Who Podcast Network. You can find some great Doctor Who podcasts at directionpoint.org. And if you are a podcaster, why aren't you part of this network? It's a wonderful place to exchange ideas and also expand your audience without paying a lot of money. In fact, no money at all. It doesn't cost a thing to join. So you can join the ranks of great podcasts like Time Streams, Police Box in a Junkyard, the Doctor Who Target Book Club, Traveling the Vortex, which is in the top 10, and more, of course. So for more information, go to directionpoint.org. And speaking of links, of course, I include 2 links every time I do this podcast. You need to have these. The first one is timelash.com. And when you get there, select the TARDIS library. You can sign up for a free account and keep track of all of your media. The only exception is no magazines or figures or anything like that. Just books, records, CDs, videos. A great place. Also announcing new releases and able to create want lists and keep track of what you have. So there you go. If you need to do some deep research outside of that area, then you need to use Howe's Transcendental Toy Box. If you're a collector, you know that book was our Bible for a long time. Well, it's on a website. So you can go to drwhotoybox.co.uk and enjoy the wisdom that was started by David J. Howe and others. I'm a contributor to that website. If you're looking for great Doctor Who items at great prices, well, there's a couple places you can look, but my first go-to place is my old partner, Gene Smith, and that's DoctorWhoStore.com, Alien Entertainment. They've got what you need. Absolutely. Just go to their website or visit their shop in Lombard, Illinois, or Logan Square, Chicago. AlienEntertainment.com for locations and store hours. You could also stay right here at my website, DoctorWhoCollectors.com, and get great items at Forbidden Planet, one of our sponsors, or our own eBay store. We tried to do our own store, but eBay is still the cheapest way to go, so we have a lot of stuff in our eBay store. So all the proceeds help the podcast. Also, if you're in the Indiana, Central Illinois area, Indianapolis, don't forget Who North America. My good friends Keith and Jenny. And you can find them at whona.com. And, of course, our friends in London, they're listeners. So my shout out to Alex and the gang out there. Thank you so much. thewhoshop.com. So at our website, in addition to all the podcasts that have been published, some providers only give you 10, but we've got them all. We also have the complete guide to Doctor Who classic hardcover books. Those are books published from 1964 to 1988, including the imprints of Muller, White Lion, Wingate, Longbow, and W.H. Allen, Nelson Doubleday, Aeonian, Amarian. So everything published until 1988. You can find a complete chronological list, including value, what are they worth today in both library, ex-library, and non-library editions, what their ISBN was. Sorry, ESPN, that's a sports network, not a library code, Larry. So that's okay. It happens. What happens when you go off script. Anyway, you can go there and figure that out on your own. Just check out that list. It is one of the most complete ones out there. So what's going on? My first announcement here, Chicago TARDIS. We have guest lists. There's 2 additional guests listed than my last show. So here are the guest list for Chicago TARDIS. That's Jason Haig-Ellery, Annette Badlin, Mickey Lewis, Steph DeWally, Sean Carlson, Miles Richardson, Jacqueline King, Mickey Lewis, Susan Twist, Robert Strange, Stephen Love, and, of course, Fraser Hines. Fraser comes with every ticket, I believe, out there. And the convention is set for November 28th, 29th, and 30th at the Westin Hotel in Lombard, Illinois. Tickets are available at chicagotardis.com. They are going quickly, so if you're looking to snap up a 3-day pass, you better act soon. Otherwise, you'll be paying for individual day tickets at a higher price. You can follow Chicago TARDIS at chicagotardis.com or all social media platforms. Doctoberfest Regenerate is set for Saturday, October 18th. I am the headline guest. My presentation this year is Doctor Who Toys and Games, and it'll be held at the Who North America store in Canby, Indiana. We're doing a slightly different configuration than last year. I will be inside a new panel room, and my tables will be set up inside the store, so a store within a store. Should be fun. And if you're out there planning a convention and you'd like me to present at your convention or festival, please contact me at drwhocollectorspodcast@gmail.com. Speaking back of rumors, many rumors are about those hardcovers I talked about earlier, about second or third or fourth printings that have been cited or quote-unquote cited out there. We're always on the lookout for concrete proof of books that we haven't covered. So if you have a book that has a marking inside that says third edition and we don't have it listed, please contact me with photos of the cover, the spine, and the copyright page, and we will credit you for that find. And you will upset the apple cart as far as collectors go. So you can contact me at drwhocollectorspodcast@gmail.com. And of course, don't forget to follow me on all the social media networks. We're at Facebook, we're on X, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, we're on Blue Sky, we're on Threads, and TikTok. Probably a few more, but I'm not remembering them right now. On today's show, we're going to review the new Jon Pertwee collection on vinyl and CD, so stay tuned for that. I thank all my patrons who have chosen to subscribe to us on Patreon. We have special video content up there, so if you can go to our Patreon page and subscribe at the $15 level, you'll get special access to things that we don't share on our social media sites. So that's patreon.com/Doctor Who Collectors Podcast. You can also support us at Podbean. We are a Podbean podcast, so you can go to drwhocollectors.podbean.com and click the Become a Patron button and support us at any level. Our theme song is Who's Doctor Who, composed by Barry Mason and Les Reed, performed by Fraser Hines, used with permission. You hear this podcast anywhere you get your podcasts. So if you want to share this with your friends, we've got Apple, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Podbean, and many, many more. So you can find this wherever you get your podcasts. We are a Direction Point Network podcast. So after the break, we'll have my time, then our main story, and of course, the most outrageous offer. Stay tuned.
Traveling the Vortex
Are you ready to embark on an epic journey through time and space? Join the thousands of Whovians around the world who've discovered Traveling the Vortex, the ultimate Doctor Who podcast for die-hard fans and curious newcomers alike.
Every week, we dive deep into the Whoniverse, discussing the episodes, theories, and hidden gems. We dissect the Doctor's adventures, share behind-the-scenes stories, and explore the legacy of this iconic show.
Traveling the Vortex brings fans together, fostering a global community of Whovians. Whether you're a fan of classic or new Who, there's something for everyone.
Join us on this incredible journey as we unravel the mysteries of time and space.
Don't miss out. Subscribe to Traveling the Vortex today on your favorite podcast platform.
Traveling the Vortex. Your ticket to adventure awaits.
Traveling the Vortex is a proud member of the Direction Point Podcast Network. You're listening to the Doctor Who Collectors Podcast. Keep collecting.
Hi, I'm Juliet.
And I'm Nathan.
Experience Doctor Who from the very beginning through a classic fan's eyes.
And through the eyes of a new Who fan.
Reminisce and relive those classic moments with Nathan as he offers fun insight.
Or experience them for the first time with Juliet as she dwells on social issues, history, fashion, and the size of a flashlight.
We're the Time Streams Podcast.
Find us on Spotify, Stitcher, or Apple Podcasts. You're listening to the Doctor Who Collectors Podcast. Keep collecting.
It's my time.
Hi, it's time for my time. Glad to have you all back. It's been we've been off the air for a month here, taking a vacation, and it's good to be back in the Doctor Who world. Planning a lot of things, a couple of convention appearances this year, hopefully more. We'll see what happens. I have been at Consinity in Milwaukee before, but last year I was not invited. It wasn't anything personal. They usually rotate out their guests, so we'll see if that comes back again in the coming year or the future years. We never know. EgoCon also did not reach out to me this year, so I don't know what's happening with them, but that's okay. Every once in a while, I keep trying with Console Room, and nobody seems to want to return the emails, so that's okay. But anyway, if you are out there, and of course, I want to shout out to my good friend Ken Deep, who runs Long Island Who, and the invitation is open. But of course, it's hard to get out to New York during the year because I'm a teacher by day, so getting the time off is not easy. If you're a teacher, you know that doesn't exist. You don't get time off. You get those holidays, and they don't always land. But that's how that goes. But anyway, what I want to talk about today is I'm really just overwhelmed. We've been on TikTok now for 4 months, and we've already got 978 followers. We've been doing videos and video tours of the Who collecting room here, and it's just been overwhelming. So if you're a listener and you're not a TikToker, I strongly suggest you get on TikTok. It's not a bad thing at all. It's I don't believe it's being used to spy on people. I can't possibly see that as a harm. I've met a lot of good friends on there now, and I mostly just post for that, and the followers are really great. I haven't had to ban anybody. The other platforms, I usually get somebody I got to go, you don't belong here, but not at TikTok. So you just go to TikTok, join, and then search for Doctor Who Collectors Podcast, and you'll find my page there. So it's a great place to if you want to see the inside here of the collecting room that I have. And I'm still trying to figure out how to best catalog it. It's a long, daunting process, but one day I'll figure it out. But that's okay. So what's going on next month? In August, I'll be going to Fan Expo in Chicago. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'll be meeting Jodie Whittaker, the first new Doctor I've ever met. I've met Doctors 2 through 8 throughout the last 44 years. And finally I said, you know what? If I'm going to meet Jodie Whittaker, it's going to be at one of these bigger things, because Chicago TARDIS just can't afford her. They're asking way too much money for some of these people. And it's like, you know what? If you're going to meet them, you got to go somewhere else. But I'm also meeting, the Donna Noble actress. Her name escapes me right off the bat, but that's okay. I'll get flack for that later. But anyway, she's there as well. And I think Karen Gillan is there too, but I'm not going to put out for that just yet, but that's okay. So that's what's going on with me. Not much else in the plans here. We've got more shows planned for the rest of this year, going into the next year, and hopefully we'll keep this train moving. Anyway, thanks for listening. This has been my time. So after the quick break we're going to take here, we're going to go to the main story. See you after the break.
The vervoids are probably the best dirty joke in Doctor Who.
They're hermaphroditic plants.
A lot of plants are.
So there you go. It's based on science.
No, they'll ship anything.
There are probably 11 and handle shippers out there. You just have to drill a hole where his mouth is, and you're all set.
You know he needs the room. I've seen it in pictures.
I'm not saying you're not a fan. I'm saying you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Doctor Who gives a drunken Doctor Who podcast for the end times.
You are invited on an adventure across all of time and space, in a completely random order. It's the Police Box in the Junkyard podcast. Jump in the TARDIS with your hosts,
Eric Gulbranson,
Asad Kheshki,
and
Matthew Kressel.
Explore Doctor Who TV stories, audio adventures, and books, both novels and non-fiction. The Police Box in the Junkyard podcast. It's the entire Whoniverse on shuffle. The Police Box in the Junkyard podcast is a member of the Direction Point Network and is available about once a month wherever you find your podcasts. You are listening to the Doctor Who Collectors Podcast. Keep collecting.
Up there is the scanner, those are the doors, that is a chair with a panda on it. Sheer poetry, dear boy.
And now it's time for the main story on the Doctor Who Collectors Podcast. Just recently released is the Jon Pertwee collection from BBC and Edsel Telecommunications. This is quite a release because it contains quite a bit of Jon Pertwee's flamboyant Doctor with 2 thrilling audiobooks read by the man himself, featuring that familiar theme and incidental music, plus bonus items from the BBC archive and more. So I'm going to start. This collection was released on compact disc and vinyl. I have both of them in front of me here. It has a wonderful picture of John in his green tuxedo on the front cover. I happen to know, if it's still in his collection, my old partner, Gene Smith, bought that green tuxedo at the 85 convention in Chicago. I don't know if he still owns it or if he sold it on, but that's not the information I have. I haven't asked him about that in a long time. So anyway, I'll start with the CD. It comes in a slipcase. I will have pictures of this on the website. And on the inside of the cover here, you get a wonderful picture of Alpha Centauri. I know that actor sadly passed away, and a Dalek. And it folds open to the TARDIS on a green background, and it folds up again to like a fourfold. So the first thing you've got here is Doctor Who and the Curse of Peladon, parts 1 and 2, read by Jon Pertwee. That's first 9 tracks. And then the next track is an extract from the Doctor Who event at Goodwood Races, recorded May 1974 with Elizabeth Sladen, Jon Pertwee, and Dalek voices by Dick Mills. The next track is from Profile, first broadcast BBC World Service, featuring Peter Hunt and Jon Pertwee. Pretty cool. CD2 has the rest of Curse of Peladon 3 and 4, and then an extract from Newsbeat, the first broadcast BBC One, March 89, featuring Stuart Meisner and Jon Pertwee. The next is an extract from Simon Bates, broadcast on March 1992, featuring Simon Bates and Jon Pertwee. The extracts from the Doctor Who at the BBC, the collection, first 9 volumes available on good digital audiobook retailers. All right, so on CD3, here we have a 4-CD set, so that's not too bad. You have Doctor Who and the Planet of the Daleks, read by Jon Pertwee. And then there's an extract from The Skivers, which was broadcast in 95, featuring Nick Golson, Tim DeJong, Melanie, I'm totally going to botch this pronunciation, Juroik, and Jon Pertwee. And then an extract from the Birmingham local radio program from an unnamed presenter and Jon Pertwee. CD4 has the last 2 parts of Planet of the Daleks. And then an extract from Radio Lives from 1996. I'm guessing this is right before his passing. Barry Letts, Ingeborg Pertwee, and Daniel Pertwee. Oh, this is after his passing. So there you go. And finally, the song Who is the Doctor? Jon Pertwee, copyright 72 by Deep Purple Overseas, licensed by Purple Records. So that's pretty cool. The CDs themselves are decorated in the same color as the fold-out side. So the blue side are blue, the green side are green. So that's the CD collection. So that was pretty cool. You can get the CD collection right now only on Amazon.co.uk. It is not on the Amazon site in the United States yet, and I believe they are limited. I also have the vinyl collection. Now, the vinyl collection also comes in a slipcase, and then the slipcase has larger artwork of Alpha Centauri and the Dalek, and you get 2 bonus prints. Alpha Centauri the Dalek is that, but one of those bonus prints here. It looks with a fold-over booklet that has pictures of Jon Pertwee, the Daleks, and Ice Warrior. It's really nice. And also a full-color photo of Jon Pertwee on cardstock. It's the same from the Radio Times 1970 photo session. Wonderful stuff. The vinyl album folds open to the TARDIS again with the same content on 4 vinyl albums. So you get, of course, Curse of the Peladon, Planet of Daleks, your bonus interviews, and Who is the Doctor. This is great. This is wonderful. This is a great follow-up to the last collection that was done in a box set, which contained The Ghosts of N-Space and Paradise of Death, which were the 2 audio adventures that John did right before his death. Kind of an inspiration for Big Finish. That one of the inspirations, the other being the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy radio series. So there you go. It's a great tribute to a great doctor. Jon Pertwee was my doctor growing up. I started watching Doctor Who in 1975, and that was the first Doctor on TV here in the United States. I never thought this would happen, but in 1984, I got to meet my idol. Jon Pertwee was here in Chicago at the Doctor Who convention, TARDIS 21, at the Hyatt Regency downtown Chicago. And I got to speak more to him in 1985 when I was a dealer. I owned bundles from Britain back then. We had a dealer table at that convention, and a Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, the doors opened, and the first person through the door was Jon Pertwee with a trickling of people. A lot more people, I think, were in the autograph lines. But John made a beeline for our table because he saw the stack of Cave Monsters books, paperbacks on our table, and he just said, I always liked the likeness on this one. This is a good one. And then said, look at all this stuff. And we talked for a good 10 minutes. My partner Gene and I are just kind of standing there. We were manning the table at that morning. Anyway, a few minutes later, a person comes running into the dealer's room and says, Mr. Pertwee, your autograph session started without you. And he said, really? Who's signing my name? What a great story. Later in that convention, I was going back to the room to rest because we had been up all night. And I get in the elevator, and there's Jon Pertwee in full Wurzel Gummidge costume and character. He hit all the buttons and decided to entertain everybody. Some people got on the elevator, other people backed away and said, I'll wait for the next one. Because they all, the hotel had more than just Doctor Who fans. But anyway, Jon Pertwee, I have great memories of Jon Pertwee. I was very saddened by his passing in 96. I remember, just thinking I was hoping to see him again, but didn't happen. And that's how it goes. I mean, I met a lot more. I met more celebrities in 84 and 85, and most of those folks are no longer with us. So there you go. So you can get the vinyl also from Amazon.co.uk. You're going to pay a little bit more for it, about £120, I believe. And they will ship it here. It's shipped very carefully. I got both of these in the same packages the other day, and it's a wonderful collection. And I plan to listen to this today. But anyway, I hope you buy it. I don't make any money off this. This is just a review. I review this collection as it's going. It looks like it's a great collection, and you should have one in your collection. All right. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for the most outrageous offer.
We are going on a journey, a very long journey, through the world of the Target novelizations in publication order. Every week, we are looking at a new book, talking about Terrence Dicks, Malcolm Hulke, and all our Doctor Who novelization friends. Whatever you do, keep turning the pages. This is Jason Miller of the Doctor Who Literature Podcast, a member of the Direction Point Podcast Network, and you are listening to the Doctor Who Collectors Podcast. Keep collecting.
Hello, fellow time travelers, and welcome to the Doctor Who Target Book Club podcast, the only podcast to discuss, in story order, all the Doctor Who novelizations. My name is Tony Whitt, and every 2 weeks or so, I'm joined by a 2 to 3 person discussion panel, including our so-called expert who's been a Who fan since 1979. That would be me. We also get the views of intermediate, casual, and novice fans who either have never seen the show or who have never read these books until these podcasts, including
Dalton Hughes
and
Alison Fitzsafried.
You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you find good podcasts, or even ones like ours. You're listening to the Doctor Who Collectors Podcast on the Direction Point Podcast Network. Keep collecting.
All my travellings throughout the universe, I have battled against evil, against power-mad conspirators. I should have stayed here. The oldest civilization. Decadent, degenerate, and rotten to the core. Power-mad conspirators, Daleks, Sontarans, Cybermen. They're still in the nursery compared to us. 10 million years of absolute power. That's what it takes to be really corrupt.
And now it's time for the most outrageous offer. And the most outrageous offer is a Doctor Who item or Doctor Who related item that is priced way beyond where it should be. Even if it's classified as rare, which I hate that word unless I'm ordering a steak. It's not rare. There are lots of things out there. Very few items get that title, but it's overused in the collecting world. Anyway, today it's a Doctor Who comic called Doctor Who Classics Omnibus Volume 2 by Steve Dillon. And it's being sold by Toscana Books in Austin, Texas. With a 5-star review. They're looking for $1,412.56 for this book. Crazy. Because I was able to find that book for $29.34 on eBay and slightly higher in some places, but nothing above $100. So I don't think you should spend that much money. I mean, whenever I see an item priced for over $1,000, I'm looking to see, is it one of a kind? Is it something that you can't get anywhere else? Well, in this case, no. This book had a pretty wide distribution. IDW in 2011, so it's not that old even. I would expect something from the 70s or 80s that has a little less distribution to go for that kind of price. So there you go. It's crazy. I mean, if I can buy it for under 30, then you shouldn't pay $1,400, which is why you need to do your research. So on our website, we have, of course, the most outrageous offer with the link. Sometimes those disappear. And we also have a search link for eBay to find an item and where you can get it more reasonably. And I'm sure if you use your other sources, if you have them, if you're a collector, you've got your sources, you can find them for a lot less money. So crazy stuff. Oh my gosh. But anyway, that's how that goes. If you find a Doctor Who item and you would like to share it with the podcast, just send your link to Doctor Who Collectors Podcast at gmail.com and we'll do all the digging for you. Not a problem. If you think it's an outrageous offer, we'll check it out and make sure it is. So I hope that helps. People have told me it does. So I've gotten a lot of good feedback on this section of the podcast, so I appreciate that. So that wraps up the most outrageous offer, and that wraps up the the Doctor Who Collectors Podcast. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the review of the Jon Pertwee collection on CD and vinyl. Hopefully you can get a copy before they run out. They are currently only being sold on amazon.co.uk. I have seen other places, but I don't know where they would ship it to the United States, so that's always a problem. Anyway, in our next episode, we will be finishing up the classic hardcover coverage with the 1988 hardcovers with my good friend Tony Witt. So, until then, keep collecting.
A Doctor Who Podcast Network.